Hello there, what's going on? Do you know what we're going to do this week? I had all these plans. Got the rear seat delete done. Was going to head out camping this set of days off. But no. Shit show had other plans for me. Last weekend, when I parked the Jeep back in the garage, after I did the oil filter, whatever thing, the Baxter, I noticed there's a couple drops of coolant underneath the Jeep, and it turns out there is some sort of leak coming from the lower rad hose. So we're going to work on that to start swapping it out. This will be the upper hose. This is the lower hose. That's for my Cherokee. I just picked it up because from Rock Auto, it all shipped from the same spot. Now, the petcock on the Jeep Wrangler is in an awkward position if you have an anti-rock. So, if you guys haven't seen this tool, it comes in a set of two. I'll just empty them out right here, and can give you easier access. So to do this job, it doesn't look like anything you have to remove is going to be too difficult. We're going to remove the air intake system, and that'll give us access to the lower rad hose, and then the upper one, obviously, we can get right there. We do have to drain the radiator. So I'm going to empty what I can in this container, and I'm actually going to buy some new stuff. Here's why I'm saying that. Recently, well, not too recently, but 2 years ago, I put all brand new coolant in it when I did the coolant system overhaul, and I did the thermostat water pump when I first bought this thing. So I'm going to put some back in, and going to flush some of the other stuff out just to keep the coolant fresh. Because where I live, where temperatures get down to minus 30, minus 40, making sure your antifreeze is in tip-top shape is priority number one. Priority number two is going to be is that last time when I opened up the petcock on the radiator, didn't want to drain, so this could cause some complications. I might have to try to blow some air into it, but we're going to have to try to figure that out. So that's where the petcock is, and as you can see, there is not a whole lot of room there to get in there with your hands. I could use that tool pretty easy. This is such in an awkward spot. I don't know what the issue is with this petcock and this radiator, but yeah, it's obviously not draining. Yeah, this is painful. It's not even coming out of the petcock hole, even though it appears to be. It's actually coming out of the main drain plug, so if I remove it anymore, she's just gonna come pissing out and make a mess. So yeah, life is such painfully slow. Well, that's draining. I can make efficient use of my time. I can remove this air intake. Supposed to be two 10 mils, but one is lost the sands of time. Before you can pull the air intake out, you got one hose right there. Make sure you disconnect that. And then you got air intake's temperature sensor. I got my big mitts in there so you can't see, but there's a little tab in there to press, and that'll come off. So I want to pull this boot off, grab the intake, carefully pull it up. We're gonna sit it right up top. While the radiator's being painfully slow to drain, I could probably get this upper hose off. It's easily accessible, and the radiator's probably drain past that point. The lower one will have to wait Things that come in handy to remove hoses is radiator hose picks. I got this one here. It's kind of a Sharpie. This one here actually works really good. Not really in this situation because I can't. Oh, actually, I could probably get in from the side. Probably get in from the side and get into there. And then there's the straight one. But we got these. A lot of people just use pliers, but after years, I actually just spent the money and bought the proper toolkit. I got tired of messing around, and this is the kit that I purchased. What's nice about these is that they're locking. It makes it so much easier. See what I mean? It's got the lock. I just broke that open up a little bit more. I need my hose pick here. Gotta break that seal. That seal's broken. I gotta pull this hose off. Remove the hose clamp, and then if I want to release it, it's like that. And we are released, good to go. Hello in there! You hear it gurgle? And I could probably carefully bust that lower one off too. Alright. I got this 90-degree one. I guess it's not quite 90 degrees. Okay, and I got the hose pulled off. I'm just gonna release it. These hoses have never been off, ever. Actually, I lied. They were off when I did the radiator, so I'm just gonna bust this free. Break the seal. There we go. Come on. There we go. Piston radiator coolant on the floor. Good to go. Got the new rad hose. One of the things you can tell when your rad hose is getting ready to be replaced, or if it's gonna get ready to blow, it swells. You can see a little bit of swelling here, but it also gets really soft. And this one here is not too bad, but it's definitely getting a lot softer. Like this here actually takes a lot of force to squeeze it, where this old hose just compresses easily. I got some assembly grease right there, and I just like to use a little bit of assembly grease inside the hose just to make it go on easier. Just because otherwise, if you put a hose on dry, you can end up fighting it to the death. So we gotta make sure our orientation's right. We're gonna squeeze this hose down, make sure we got in the right orientation. The sticker's gonna be in the way. So just gonna rip part of it off. And let's feed that in. Got that one on. Not good. I just have to compress it further. Make sure you have some sort of safety glasses on, because these things, if they let go, it will be not pleasant. All right, let's get this one on. All right, perfect. It's not where I wanted that clamp. Let's get that on. Release the pliers. There we go. Got my hose on. You got these little tabs, if you can see, and you want your rad hose butt it up to them. Sometimes you need to make modifications. You can see that little hose clamp right there, our hose separator. It's on a zip tie, one-time use, and it would be over here to push the hose away from here, keep it away. So I just cut out a piece of rubber from the old hose, attached her on there. Okay, let's get that top lower rad hose off. Angle pliers again, just to get on that. Like I said before, you don't need these pliers, but it makes life easier. And I got some leakage there. Leakage! My radiator pick. I don't know if I get my... I don't need it because this one here is loose. Oh yeah. That hose is full of coolant. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this petcock bullshit because one thing I can't stand is coolant. Hated how it makes everything so sticky. Well, the issue of why the petcock drain doesn't work, and it's finally solved, is that it's not drilled through. And if you look at the petcock itself, you can't drill it through because it'll never seal. So it kind of sucks. I think instead of putting on the scuba gear and getting drenched in coolant and getting pissed off, I think from now on, if I have to do it, I'll just like put a bucket or something up inside there and then pop the upper rad hose off, or the lower rad hose off. It sucks, but it is what it is. Shut her down. Some places where it's tight, we got this set up here on the cable. So now, diving down deep, gotta get that lower hose off. Not sure how that's gonna work. I'll put the helmet cam on, but as you can tell, there's not a lot of room. So you can see, using this tool, I'm able to get that clamp in a good position. Now, look at this bike. There's not a lot of room, and can't really videotape because it's down in the deep cavern, but I'm using a pick like this, try to bust it free. Finally busted it free. I had to put a glove on because I already started leaking. Okay. Yeah, more coolant on the ground. So this is the hose where it's kind of sweating. I don't see any real damage. It is definitely ballooned on this side right here, but it is what it is. Lower rad hose, they're both gates. I got these off Rock Auto because it was actually cheaper than Amazon, but depending where you live, being a Canadian, you gotta shop around for the best price. The best price is not usually buying it locally. Okay. I'm gonna put this bottom hose on. Just going. I got those on. I just need to position this. Okay. So I got the hose clamp on the neck. And it's gonna slide the hose on and then get the clamp put on. Okay, that went out pretty good. Put it back. Whoops, we fell off. There, we are on. I can feel it in on the bottom. Looking good. All the radiator hoses are connected. I can start cleaning up some of my mess. Hose picks definitely help out. You don't need a kit like this, but I found out after buying one, sure makes life easier. And this one here even comes with a hose pick as well. Okay, we're gonna get ready to start filling the coolant up. I'm gonna go back to that petcock for a second there. That's gotta be one of the stupidest designs. I don't know what the engineer was thinking when they came up with that, because what was the purpose of molding the radiator if the petcock is going to be completely useless? Now keep in mind, this is an aftermarket radiator, and of course, you get what you pay for, and in this case, I'm getting pooched. But so far, it's been 2 years. Hasn't started leaking yet. So I guess it's okay for now. Just not very pleasant when you have to drain the radiator. Anyways, let's start filling her up. Now it's time to fill up the radiator. I picked up this well over a year ago. Spill-proof funnel kit. Let's have a look at this and see if it's going to be useful or not. This is the kit. We got to plug in there right now, and we have to find the attachment that's going to work for me. I guess those are the only instructions. Color match. So let's go over to the Jeep. We're going to put that red one down there, and we're going to put this. There, we're tight. I guess you just put that right there. Is the good used coolant. I guess I don't really need that plug in there right now anyways. Want to do a quick check underneath, make sure nothing's leaking. So this is the old stuff, and I got a whole bunch of jug underneath, so I know we're nowhere near being full. So remember, there is that bleed screw right down there. I'm going to carefully try to open up. I could hear the air bleed out. You can hear the air. Still draining slowly. We're not seeing any coolant come out of there yet. This is all brand new stuff. I can hear it. I can hear it. Okay. We're leaking out now. We are leaking out. We're going to tighten this bleed screw back up because we have bled the system. See if I can get this in. Plug in this hose. You want to make sure you plug in your air intake temperature sensor as well, because that will give you an engine code. So that's is plugged in. There's 2 screws for this, but I'm missing one, so I just got one. And then I got this hose clamp on the throttle body. Okay, everything's buttoned up. I can go ahead, open up the garage door, and get ready to start it. Inside, I'm gonna put heat on, full vent. Let's fire this up. We're gonna see if that goes down or not. So right now I'm gonna monitor the temperature. Oh yeah. It's burping a little bit. Just making sure underneath no leaks. Alright, so I got it on full heat. Temperature says I don't have no hot air yet, so it hasn't burped yet. So right now I'm just gonna turn it off for a little bit. Reach up top. Squeeze that hose. Try to get it to burp. Then we're gonna restart it. Not sure what happened there, but she just came way up. I think I burped about as much as I can out of this, so I'm going to plug this. Pull this top off. Shit. It's not supposed to leak like that, but I'm going to bring it over here. It's the radiator overflow. Empty it in there. I'm going to pull this cap off. We're going to put the radiator cap back on. I think I might actually have a blend door out because I got heat on this side, but it's cold on this side. Same with on the vents. If I go to the front, cool on this side, hot on the passenger side. I don't get it. I am not sure what the deal is with this, but it does not want to burp at all. Never had this issue before, not sure why. I'm going to take it for, I guess one more quick spin, and then see what the hell. Yeah, both these heater core lines are hot. Super hot. I think I got a blend door issue. Just out running some errands, and the airlock has finally burped. I got really strong heat now that's cooking you out, where before it was definitely was acting kind of funny. Heat on one side, cool on the other. Excuse me, it's cold, just won't go away. Temperature's holding up better too. 96 degrees instead of going to like 100, 105. We're looking good. Just got the Jeep back in the garage. It's finally burped. Last trip out, I finally got some good heat, and probably had to re-add about a liter coolant. Everything should be good now. And so far, the Baxter oil filter there seems to be doing its job with the startup rattle. Haven't noticed like a big rattle that I used to get from time to time. If you guys watched the video of the installation, I had an issue where the oil filter had like a small crack in it, and yeah, that was not good. Alright, time to shut her down, and I can end this video. Motherfucking beer time. Got a good old greasy Saskatchewan Pilsner here. Originally was brewed in Lethbridge, Alberta, but has become a traditional beer for people who live in Saskatchewan, including myself when I was younger. They don't have it anymore, but on the old cans, they still got the bunnies, but there used to be Aboriginal people on there too, but I guess some people must have thought it was racist or whatever, and they took it off the can. However, motherfucking beer time. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, this was a good one. I never had an issue where it did not want to burp. I took it out for a spin, and the thermostat was working normally, but didn't burp for the HVAC to get up into the brain fart. So I finally got to burp. I don't know what happened. For some reason, the thermostat, I don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about. Shut her down. I don't know, I'm lost. So many things going on in my mind right now. But anyways, motherfucking beer time. Getting all these projects finished up. Spring is on the way. I gotta at least get the JK out a couple more times before the snow is gone. Test out the heater system. The rear seat delete, like I said, if you watch that series, has been done. Moving forward, you're going to camping with that, and then pull the trailer with the TJ. That's what the plan is. So, yeah, I got to start getting out in the backcountry. Snow is melting fast, and the Yukon trip is coming up too. We're going to talk about that sometime in the near future, probably sooner than when this video is uploaded. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Motherfucking beer time. Shut her down. Shut her down.